So what's going on, everybody? The Iceman here on the Iceman V2013 YouTube channel. This day after Mother's Day. Hope everybody enjoyed their day yesterday. Monday Night Raw tonight, and yeah, a lot of interesting things going on this past week, actually, with the releases of King Barrett, um, as well as Damian Sandow, and a number of others within the WWE, and really like with Damian Sandow, uh, it's not that he couldn't get popular in the WWE because he was. His last really gimmick with Curtis Axel, uh, when they were doing like the Macho Mania thing, really worked well with the fans. But because of the Hulk Hogan debacle, they nixed that. And I think they could have found something else for Damian. But, you know, yeah, he did have that opportunity to get the World Heavyweight Championship belt, and of course, you know, we all know what happened there with John Cena. Uh, Barrett, on the other hand, uh, has had a number of pushes throughout his career since coming to the WWE, what, 6 or 7 years ago, and of course, with the various injuries he's had throughout his career, things just didn't work out. They tried hard with Barrett. And I think the WWE with him did all they can do. Uh, Hopefully, somewhere down the road, he latches on to another wrestling promotion. I mean, he could go to Lucha, he could go to TNA, as well as Sandow too. And now they join, the likes of, Ryback. So I think Ryback could be very big somewhere else. But you got to understand the WWE has been bringing a lot of people in from various other promotions like Ring of Honor, TNA, and they're bringing new faces and new blood, uh, you know, a new look to the WWE, which is going to create new matches. Uh, but then it makes you wonder, what's going to happen to some of these guys that have been around for years. We know, like with the likes of Mark Henry and Kane, their careers are really winding down. Of course, like The Undertaker, but like with The Undertaker, Randy Orton, and John Cena, they've been at the peak of their career for so long, and they were such a big part of the WWE for so long. Really being up there, um, they're they're slowly dissipating as well. I think John Cena uh, uh, probably will be around a little longer than The Undertaker and Randy Orton. But the WWE is just off in a different direction, and many like it, many dislike it. It's just it's evolving. I mean, it's evolving with the times. It's evolving with new fans. It's evolving with the loss of older fans. Um, Things do change as we do. We grow up liking a certain thing, and then as we get older, we may not like it so much. You know, so that goes the same with wrestling as well as any other sport that you may grow up being a fan of. Sometimes people change being a fan of a team. I for one has always been a Red Sox fan, always been a New York Giant fan, Boston Celtic fan. I was a Hartford Whaler fan when they were here in Hartford. I don't follow hockey as much since the Whalers left Hartford, but those are the teams that you know I follow, and whether they win or lose, I'm always a fan behind them, and that's much like wrestling. Whether the roster changes dramatically or whatnot, I'm still always going to be a fan behind wrestling, and it's not just the WWE; it's just the various other promotions. I don't get to see a lot of other promotions all the time, but when I do, I enjoy it. It's a change of pace, so It's sort of fun, but yeah. So hopefully these guys that have been let go by the WWE latch on somewhere else, which I'm sure they will, and they could be big names in other promotions, and we've seen this happen so many times before. Um, you know, we've seen Christian leave the WWE and go to TNA and become huge. You know, uh, so we've seen it happen. We've seen look what happens with Ethan Carter. Um, when this gentleman was in the WWE, things didn't work out for him. He had some issues, so he was released. He was let go. He latched on to TNA. They gave him a new gimmick, being Dixie Carter's nephew, and look where it's gone to. It's built him up as to be uh, a huge star for TNA. So, you know, gimmicks make people and gimmicks break people. That's the bottom line, and we've seen that as well so many different times with people that just weren't nobodies uh, because of their gimmick. If you remember Austin when he had the uh, what was that gimmick? Oh God, the Ringmaster. He wasn't. He really wasn't so big. But when he became Stone Cold Steve Austin, you know, um, putting whoop ass on people, he became huge. And then his feud with Vince McMahon made him even bigger. And then it just brought out a whole new career for Austin. Look at The Rock. When he came in as Rocky Maivia, he came in with a little cape. You know, he sort of was like girly looking and whatnot. That gimmick really wasn't it. And then he came back as The Rock. He evolved, and look where he is now. I mean, he's a mega movie star. So gimmicks make you, and gimmicks can break you. So we'll just wait and see what happens to these guys here that were recently released by the WWE, and hopefully they latch on somewhere else and become bigger names somewhere else. I just want to say uh, we've seen Dolph Ziggler shoot his mouth off a number of times about the WWE not being used properly, much like Ryback was moaning about. But yet, you always notice Dolph Ziggler resigns with the WWE because it's all about the money. So, if indeed he was upset the way he's being used, he'd take a pay cut and go somewhere else if he wanted to become that big of a star. The bottom line is it's all about that holy dollar. So you can whine and cry about your gimmick and whatnot, um, uh, but when you have an opportunity to leave and you decide to resign because it's because of the money, don't go whining and crying no more. So, with all that being said, on this Monday Night Raw tonight, here on May 9th, we hope you enjoy your day. This is the Iceman and the Iceman V2013 Jeffrey Rose YouTube channel. We'll see you all next time. Have yourself a great, great day, everybody.